10 ways to plan the best trip for non-planners. Hi channel and welcome back. It's Kara and we are here to talk about how to plan the best trip possible. Planning can be very daunting, and especially for people who are not type A and crazy like me, it can be actually just the worst thing ever. So I'm going to give you 10 of my top tips on how to plan a trip so that you have the best time wherever you're going. Okay, number one is for people who cannot stand planning a trip. I've actually talked to somebody who said that he would rather not travel than have to plan trips. Like, some people just hate it that much. So tip number one is to not try to reinvent the wheel, okay? There are so many influencers like myself who go on lots of trips, who share their itineraries and want you to do the trips that they've already done. So there's no need half the time to even bother planning when you could just go onto my blog. You want to go to Ireland? There's a 7-day trip for you. It's already lined out with every single thing that we did, what our accommodations were, how much we paid. Sometimes you don't even have to bother. People have already done it, and you can find itineraries all over social media and the internet. So if you're not looking to create something that is mind-shattering, you just want to go on a trip and hit the most seen places in Paris and do all of the touristy things, there's already an itinerary out there for you. So if you don't want to be the one creating the itinerary, I promise you somebody already has. But for the rest of the 9 tips, these are going to be if you are looking to plan your own trip. Number 2 is to give yourself time. I am currently planning a month-long trip to Europe, and I've only given myself about a month and a half worth of time to plan, and I'm not sure it's going to be enough. We're going to make it work, but the more time you give yourself to decide on what you want to do, what you want to see, where you want to stay, the better your trip will be. Number three is to utilize your resources. Like I said, lots of content creators, travel bloggers, they've already created itineraries for you. But if you're looking to create your own, don't forget about YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. So many people are out there sharing fun tips and tricks and places that they're going for you to decide, yes, this is what I want to see. Oh my God, I didn't know about that until someone shared about it. While I was planning my trip to Europe, somebody posted about the coolest experience where you can go and make your own purse in Scotland. I would have never known, because why would I know about that? I've never been. So people sharing on the internet is so helpful in figuring out what you want to do and what you want to see. You can ask ChatGPT, what are the most seen things in Paris? You can ask Google, what should I do when I'm in Amsterdam? There are so many resources where you can type in exactly what you're looking for. Best hiking trails in Washington. Anything you're looking for is already online. You just have to ask the right questions. Now, number 4 is very important, especially for young travelers, to make a budget. It'll help you narrow down the things you want to see and the activities you want to do. We all know we don't have infinite money, so it's important to set a budget so we know when to say yes and when to say no. It's just good to know that you're not spending outside of your means. If you're giving yourself a week time frame and you say, okay, I don't want to spend any more than $1,500, it's absolutely doable. But you also need to be conscious about not going to 5-star restaurants, not staying at a $400 per night hotel. It's about just traveling within your means, so making sure that you're following that budget that you're setting for yourself will help you stay on track and will help you create the experience that you're looking for with the money that you have. Because it's possible to travel with any kind of money, because hostels are available. You can eat in rather than going out. There's a lot of different options. It's just what is in your means, what is in your budget. Number 5, and the type A girlies understand this, but Google Doc is your best friend. You can use Notebook, Google Doc, Excel, it's totally up to you, but I love using Google Docs because I can type in everything that I want to see, everything I want to do. I'm able to create an itinerary on a table format so I can see what my week, what my month is going to look like day to day. It just helps you organize your thoughts and make sure that you're able to do things within the time period that you're given. It's also awesome because rather than writing it on paper, you're able to share it with other people if you're traveling with others. I have been trying to convince my cousins to come to Europe with me, so I'm able to just send them the Google Doc, so then it's just in their folder, so when they want to look at it, they can be like, oh shit, maybe we should go with Kara on this trip, like this looks awesome. It's also nice to kind of set up a day-to-day itinerary of what you want to do. This doesn't always go as planned, it usually never goes as planned, but it's also just nice to have like kind of a target of what you want to hit each day, and if you have to move it around, that's absolutely fine, but just knowing that these are the things that I want to see and kind of puts it into perspective a little bit more. Now, number 6 is a huge one for me, especially coming from a dad who has been traveling since I was little. He travels internationally for work, and I know a lot of people who have studied abroad. It's important to ask people for advice. My dad has traveled a lot in Europe, so yesterday I got him on the phone and I'm asking him questions about where to stay, what's the best area in these places, what should I do. People who have already done it know what they like, and they're able to help you do the same. One of my childhood friends studied in Florence last semester, and so I hit her up and I asked her, what should I see? Where should I go? I want to go to Europe. What did you love? Because we have similar interests, we're the same age. I want to know what she's interested in. I want to know what she loved. Give me little tips and tricks while she's there, because you learn a lot while you're over there, but it's also nice to kind of know in advance what other people know. Asking for help is perfectly fine, and it's crucial because how else are you supposed to know if someone else doesn't tell you? Number 7 is something that I do usually at the beginning of my planning, and it's writing out all the non-negotiables of things that I have to see while I'm there. Because a lot of these places, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime trip. So when I went to Paris, I knew I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. I knew I wanted to go and buy a beret. I knew I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower at night. I knew I wanted to do a canal ride. These were all things that I was going to do within my budget, even if I couldn't do anything else. Making a list of non-negotiables will help you stay on track and see exactly what you want to see and make sure that you don't miss out. Because if you're going to Switzerland and the one thing you want to do is paraglide, but your list has a bunch of fancy restaurants and you don't think that you can budget for it, restaurants are out, paragliding is in, we need to make it for the budget. So making sure the non-negotiables are out there while you're trying to figure out your budget will help you kind of decide what is worth it and what is not to me. Number 8 is one that I love, even though it's been giving me technical difficulties, but utilizing Google Maps. It's probably obvious to a lot of people to go on Google Maps, but this helps me create my day-to-day itineraries. If I've listed all of my non-negotiables of places that I want to see, I put them all into Google Maps, then I can see where they're all located within the area that we're staying. So if I knew that 3 of these monuments are in the same area, but the other 3 are over here, I'm going to do these ones one day and these ones the other day, rather than going from here to there in a whole day. It kind of just helps me cluster and group what I want to see and what I want to do, so that you're kind of focusing on a certain area of the city or the place that you're going every day without running all over the city and you're just wasting your day because you're going too far. So knowing in advance where everything is located within your area is like really important, because where my hotel was staying in Paris was like a 20-minute drive away from the Eiffel Tower. And then some of the other stuff we wanted to do was 20 minutes the other direction. So if I hadn't looked at Google Maps beforehand, I could have set my day up where, okay, I want to go to the Eiffel Tower and then I want to go here, and then I'm spending most of my day traveling. We don't want to do that. We want to be as efficient as possible so we can see everything that we're looking to see. Number 9 is one of my favorite hacks of all time. It's booking tours. Viator, Get Your Guide, any of these places will help you. They're always amazing. I have not once not liked my tour guides doing any of these tours. When we're traveling, we are not the experts. It's obvious. We're here to learn and we're here to see and explore, but we are not the experts. So booking a tour through someone who is a resident of that area, who knows a lot, who is educated on the history and the place that you're staying, you're going to learn so much more than just walking around and trying to explore for yourself. I mean, you learn a lot that way, but I have learned 10, 20 times as much when I'm doing these trips. And it's also nice because you do not have to worry about transportation. I do not rent cars when I go abroad. I just don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with parking. I don't want to have to deal with driving on the other side of the road. So when you book tours, they come and pick you up either at a selected location within the city or right outside of your hostel or Airbnb. When I was in Costa Rica, they came directly to my hostel and they also came directly to my Airbnb to pick me up. And it just makes travel so much easier when you know I just have to wake up at 7, I have to be outside of my door and ready for these people to take me, and I don't have to worry about driving. They're just going to bring me. It does set a little bit of a time restriction for how long you can see different things when you're traveling, but I think it's worth it because you get to see a lot when you're driving on the buses, and you're just getting pretty much, you're in a class learning from one of these tour guides who know so much about where they're from, which is really admirable, and I think you'll learn so much if you do these tour guides. I also think it gives you the ability to go outside of the city without having to rent a car. I've done a lot of day trips, like I've done day trips outside of Dublin. I've gone up to the Giant's Causeway. When I was down in Galway, we did another day trip, and it just gives you a chance to kind of see all over where you are. You're not just stuck in the city or wherever your hub is. Same thing in Costa Rica. We were able to do a tour to a different island, and so the bus picked us up and then brought us to the ferry. We didn't have to worry about booking a car service, booking a ferry. It all just came in the package, and these people are always so nice. I follow a lot of them on Instagram because they're just good people and they just want to share about their culture. They love where they're from. I think that is something you absolutely should do and make it within your budget because a lot of them is so cheap. Like under $100 for a day trip, I think is amazing. And of course they bring you to awesome places to eat because they want you to try their culture and their dishes. Definitely book a tour. I think that is my biggest and best tip. Number 10 is about how you're going to travel to the destination. Do not bring anything except a carry-on in a backpack. I literally don't care how long you're going for. It will save you so much time and energy on the backside. I know on the front side it's going to be torturous trying to pack it because I am a horrible overpacker and I want to bring everything in my closet, but not having to wait and get a humongous checked bag and trying to drag it through the city in Europe or up a flight of stairs, because where we stayed in Paris was 5 floors up, no elevator. It is not worth it to bring in a humongous suitcase, and I promise, although I am a sucker for cute outfits, the outfits don't matter that much, babe. I hate to say it, I think bring a few staple pieces. You can also go shopping while you're there, but a lot of basics that you can rewear is so important because you do not want to have to carry anything bigger. I think unless you have somebody who's going to carry the suitcases for you, you will look a little silly, and you just do not want to have to deal with dragging a humongous suitcase around, like I swear. Unless you're literally going from the airport straight to a resort or you have some sort of baggage thing, if you're budget traveling like we do, it is not worth it. I promise. It's also good to keep it on your person. You don't have to worry about losing your luggage, which can happen a lot, especially when you're traveling abroad and you have to do layovers. I say just do a carry-on, I promise you. And if you're doing hostels, you don't even have space for a huge suitcase like that. You need small ones that you can lock up in your lockers. Just don't do it. Bring a carry-on and bring a backpack. I will link to my backpack and my carry-on that I absolutely love, and you'll be good to go. These are my 10 travel tips on how to plan the best trip possible. Pack light, budget, make sure you found your non-negotiables, and give yourself time to plan in advance so you know exactly what you want to do when you get there. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my other socials. I'm going to start posting on Sundays like I did today, and I hope I'll see you next week.